last time I went on maternity leave, I made $15,000 while on leave, and that was with little to no work. That is because I did a ton of planning up front to do all the work ahead of time. So when it came down to it, I was doing very little work while on maternity leave while still being able to provide for my family and adjust to life as a new mom, because trust me, I needed the adjustment time. Well, now I'm pregnant with baby number 2 and I'm planning my maternity leave again, and I'm gonna see if I can recreate things a little bit. So today I'm sitting down to discuss my streams of income and what type of work I'm doing ahead of time versus what type of work I plan on doing on maternity leave and maybe when I come back to maternity leave. And even if you're not planning on ever going on a maternity leave yourself, I think this video is important because we're just going to be discussing income as an author and what that might look like and what type of work it entails. And even if you just want to go on a long vacation, what you might need to do up front, because some of these things I also do before vacation, like pre-planning posts, pre-planning content. I'll do that before I go on a long vacation as well. So maternity leave is just much longer. Hello everyone, my name is Mandi. I'm an author, the creator of the Book Launch Planner series, and I also have courses on book cover design and book formatting. If you want weekly videos on the business of being an author, then make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss a new upload. You can also join as a YouTube member to get early access to videos as well as behind the scenes content. Before we discuss my income as an author, I do feel like I need to do a little bit of a disclaimer because I'm not just an author, and you'll see that pretty quickly once we start discussing income. I'm an author, and I would say the other big thing is I'm a YouTuber, and those things intertwine a lot, but also if you're only an author and not a YouTuber, some of my income streams are not going to be relevant to you, but it might still be interesting to hear about, and you can apply different things in other ways for your own career as well. But the big takeaway I want you to have in today's video, which is also the first thing I want to discuss, is multiple streams of income. Basically, this means putting your foot in as many places as possible to create an income for yourself. So I've spent years and years to build up to multiple streams of income. This is not something that happens overnight. This is something that builds slowly over time. You might start by just publishing books, but then you might do a little bit of content creator stuff and start getting paid to create content on social media. And then you might start doing like affiliate incomes. You might start doing sponsorships. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. But really the idea is that you get multiple streams of income because some month, some stuff will sell well and other stuff won't. And I find it kind of evens itself out. So for example, sometimes I have months where my book sales are really awesome, but then YouTube just like drops and the income from YouTube is awful. And that's okay because book sales this month were really awesome. Then on the reverse side of things, my YouTube income may be awesome and my book sales may be dismal. And that's just sometimes the part of being an entrepreneur, is your incomes are not predictable. They flip-flop a lot, and that's why you want to have multiple streams of income. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. That can be incredibly stressful. So let's talk about the streams of income that are going to be active while I'm on maternity leave. So first things first, we have affiliate income. I don't make a ton of money with affiliate sales, but I do make a decent chunk of money. Again, like I said, some months affiliate sales are way up and other months they're way down. So I kind of see affiliate sales as a bonus thing. But when do I talk about my affiliate stuff? It's almost exclusively on my YouTube channel. So one of my biggest affiliate incomes is for Publisher Rocket, which is a software that you can use to research keywords and categories for your book on Amazon. This is a software I've been using for years. I've been an affiliate for years. I talk about it whenever I can. In the description of all my videos, you'll see there's like a whole section of just affiliate links. And Publisher Rocket is one of them. They are one of my best sellers, blah, blah, blah. But that is a product someone else created, and then I make money off of it whenever someone buys it using my link. And of course I'm going to talk about it because I already love the product, so might as well get a bit of a stipend for talking about it. I also sometimes post about it on social media, but the real bread and butter is my YouTube videos where I mention it in tutorials on self-publishing. And those are tutorials that I posted months or even sometimes years ago, and they're still making me money. And that's why it's still going to make me money while I'm on maternity leave. Then we have YouTube. So obviously you're watching me here on YouTube. So the way it works for YouTube, for me to get paid by YouTube, is I have to put ads in my videos. I also have YouTube memberships where you pay a fee to become a YouTube member. Then you get early access to my YouTube videos. You also get early access to whenever I do private live streams or whenever I post private things just for YouTube members. So that's how I make money through YouTube, but that can be really wishy-washy. Like there have been some months where it drops hundreds of dollars and then other months where it goes up hundreds of dollars. It's pretty consistent for the most part, but I've definitely had panicky moments where it just drops and it keeps dropping and I'm like, okay, maybe YouTube isn't the best thing to put all my energy into right now. But while I'm on maternity leave, I do still plan on having YouTube videos go out. I'm actually pre-filming a ton of content. I won't be posting on a weekly basis, but I will be posting hopefully at least every other week while I'm on maternity leave. And that way I'm still making money off of new videos, but also the videos that have already been out. I also have book sales. So obviously I have a pretty decent backlog of books at this point, whether they're under the Mandi Lynn pen name or Mandi Lynn Bell pen name, or even I have some low content books under Stone Ridge Books. So I have a lot of different places where I'm publishing books and making an income off of. Most of them, I make my income off of my newest pen name, Mandi Lynn Bell, which is for my sweet romance. Those are also the books I tend to talk about and advertise the most, which is also why they're the ones that probably sell the best. And then also my books on marketing and book publishing, because I talk about book marketing and publishing here on YouTube, so it's natural that those are the books that also really sell well. And the last stream of income I'll have while I'm on maternity leave is course sales. So way back before I even had my first pregnancy, I had courses on book formatting and courses on book cover design. That was my big thing I had to finish before I went on my first maternity leave. And those courses are still selling really, really well. And I give that credit to the fact that I have YouTube videos where I talk about self-publishing and book formatting and book cover design. So when I talk about it for free on YouTube and they really like the YouTube content, it makes people more inclined to actually buy the courses. So that's all the income that I'm going to have while I'm on maternity leave this time around. But there's other streams of income that I normally have that I won't have while I'm on maternity leave just because they require too much energy. So for example, sponsorships. I don't actively go seeking YouTube sponsorships. I'm very picky with what sponsorships I do take on YouTube, but occasionally I will take them and I do get paid to do sponsored videos on YouTube. But obviously, while I'm on maternity leave, that's going to be too much work. Sponsorships are actually a lot of work, and sometimes I do wonder if it's worth the money that they pay you. But if I enjoy the product or whatever we're talking about, it tends to be worth it. But if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not doing the sponsorship. Another thing is signed books. So I do typically sell signed books, but obviously when I'm on maternity leave, I'm not going to be selling signed books, mostly because I don't know how online I plan on being. So I don't want someone to order a book and then have to wait a week for that book to be shipped. Especially since one of the places I sell signed books is on TikTok Shop. I don't sell a ton of books on TikTok Shop. I'm not really on TikTok. I just cross post to TikTok, but occasionally I do sell signed books on TikTok. And the rule with TikTok Shop is that you have to ship, I believe, within 48 hours of getting an order placed, or you'll be like docked or something. I don't know. But I don't want to risk that. So when I go on maternity leave, I will be putting the shop into vacation mode. And same with Shopify. So my website, stoneridgebooks.com, is a Shopify store, and I sell signed books through my Shopify store. Now, there's no way to like put the store on vacation mode, especially since some of the orders are fulfilled by Printful, which which I use for merch, which actually this is merch right here. It says Writing Mom Problems. So if you like this t-shirt, you can get it as a t-shirt, a mug, or a sweatshirt. All my merch orders are fulfilled automatically by Printful, so I don't want to miss out on sales, but I also don't necessarily want people to buy signed books on my website. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my inventory to 0 so everything looks sold out, and then when I feel comfortable selling again, I'll put my inventory back in stock. But yeah, by the time you watch this video, all the signed books should be shut down, and I assume have already done some sort of last chance sale for you guys, because I don't plan on shipping out signed books while I'm on maternity leave. Maybe towards the end of my maternity leave, but definitely not the beginning when I have a newborn. And the last other stream of income is an income stream I actually don't have at all anymore, but I wanted to talk about it because it's an income stream that may work very well for other authors, and that's freelancing. So I did freelance work as a cover designer and a book formatter, but if you're not a graphic designer, obviously that's not going to work for you. But you could do freelance as an editor or even as a writer. So I wanted to mention that because there's so many opportunities for doing freelance work to help make the ends meet. When I first got laid off from my job in 2020 and I was left with no official income anymore, that's when I decided to go full-time doing all of this. But I had already started doing freelance work part-time, so I took freelance work on full-time, and I just took a lot more clients to help make ends meet. And that worked really well up until I went on maternity leave with my daughter, and then I just realized I don't have time for this anymore, and I stopped doing freelance altogether. Occasionally, I will have old clients come in and be like, I need this updated, or I need to finish this, and I'll do it, but I'm not taking on new projects anymore because I don't have the time. I am going to be a mom of 2 soon, and that's terrifying. Okay, so that was all the multiple streams of income. Let's talk about expenses, aka keeping your expenses low. So sometimes I find that I make a ton of income in one month, but then I also have a huge expense list. What I thought was going to be a huge income month turns out to be a very small income month because my expenses were so high. So what I try to do now is I try to review my expenses on a monthly basis and figure out what's necessary and what's not. What am I spending stupid amounts of money on that I need to cancel, and what do I need to continue spending money on? I'm subscribed to a ton of softwares, and some of them I realize I should be paying for, and some of them I realize I maybe shouldn't be paying for anymore. And I just try to reevaluate that on a regular basis to be mindful of what type of money I'm spending every month. Because if you can keep your expenses really low, then it doesn't matter if you have a big paycheck or not. It'll still feel like a big paycheck because you're not spending a lot. So especially when I go on maternity leave, I even go through and say to myself, am I gonna be using this software while I'm on maternity leave? And if the answer is no, I will unsubscribe from that software while I'm on maternity leave, and then when I return from maternity leave, I will resubscribe. So for example, my first maternity leave, I was subscribed to BookFunnel, and I wasn't using it a whole lot, so I canceled it, and then when I came back from maternity leave, I resubscribed to BookFunnel. This time around, I think I'm gonna stay subscribed because that's how I send out my free novella, Change of Flight. That's the only way you can read that novella is through BookFunnel. But I am thinking about removing my Adobe software subscription because I don't think I'll be using it that much, and frankly, it's really expensive. So I might cancel it. We'll see what happens. I kind of still need to keep Photoshop, but I'm subscribed to the entire Creative Cloud, and maybe I'll just only subscribe to my Photoshop subscription. The next thing I want to talk about is posting to YouTube, because like I said earlier, I still plan on continuing to post to YouTube, but there's a lot of work that has to happen behind the scenes for that to happen. So for YouTube, like I said, my plan is to post videos hopefully every other week while I'm on maternity leave until I return back from maternity leave. The way I'm pulling this off is that ahead of time, aka right now as I'm filming, I switched from filming and scripting 1 video a week to filming and scripting 2 videos a week. So I have been double dutying for the past month or 2 and have to continue doing that for another month or so. I'm filming this way ahead of time. It is November as I'm filming this, and I think this video is going up in February. So that gives you an idea of how far in ahead I'm filming a lot of this content. So I script everything. I do all the work of writing like the newsletter content and the YouTube description and all the SEO work, and I film it, and then I just keep it. And then while I'm on maternity leave, I plan on sending it to my video editor. She'll edit it, and then when the time comes, I'll edit my thumbnail and I'll copy and paste everything I've pre-written into my newsletter and just hit send. I might go ahead and edit my YouTube thumbnails ahead of time, because if I do that, then I can cancel my Adobe Photoshop subscription, because that's really the only thing I use Adobe Photoshop for at that point, and that would help me save money while I'm on maternity leave. I just don't know if I'll have the time and energy to edit all these YouTube thumbnails ahead of time. And also, what if I wanted to change one and then I can't, or I have to redesign it from scratch? It's this whole thing. But you can see, in order to continue posting to YouTube, there's going to be a lot of work that has to happen up front. But the big reason I'm able to pull that off is because I do have an editor for my YouTube videos now, and she's awesome, and she does all the hard work for me. And I just schedule everything out now. So really the only thing I plan on doing on maternity leave is scheduling the content to go live, and that way I can be mindful of when it goes live. It just doesn't go live without me forgetting about it. I will put it up in real time, is what I'm trying to say. And this way it helps me stay connected with my YouTube community and not feel like I disappeared for months and then came back. Okay, we talked about YouTube. Let's talk about posting to social media. Last time I went on maternity leave, I didn't post to social media at all. I struggled a lot with postpartum the first time around. I'm hoping it's not so bad this second time around, but I really want to continue posting to social media, and it's not for the sake of the algorithm, which you could argue that it is for the sake of the algorithm, but I just really struggle with social media, and I know if I stop posting and being consistent to social media, I'm gonna have that much of a harder time coming back to it after maternity leave. I'm not pre-making content for social media because I think that's unrealistic. I can't make 3 months worth of content months ahead of time. That sounds miserable. But what I am doing is currently right now, I'm reworking my social media strategy and doing it in a way and trying to figure out how to do it in a way that I really enjoy. So posting to social media feels like a treat rather than a chore. Because right now it kind of feels like a chore. I'm starting to notice I'm enjoying the process of posting to social media more, because I'm focusing on making the content fun rather than focusing on just posting for the sake of posting. And here's the big thing I've noticed, and why I want to focus on making the content I post to social media fun, is because 1, if it's fun, it just performs better, like it's fun content. And 2, if it's fun, it doesn't feel like a chore to post. So it's the best of both worlds. I firmly believe that when we create content and truly love it, it's gonna perform better out in the wild world, just because like our love shows through the content. So that's what I've been trying to do. Like, I've been working on my social media strategy for months at this point, and I really hope I have it kind of figured out by the time I go on maternity leave. That way it feels easy and it feels fun. And also, I should say, why do I plan on working while I'm on maternity leave? Keeping in mind, it's a very light load of work compared to what I normally do, but I want to work while on maternity leave because the first time I went on maternity leave, I didn't plan to work at all, or if I did work, it wasn't really planned, I had to do it, so I did it. I urgently needed some sense of normalcy while I was on maternity leave, and I struggled a lot with that life transition, I think because everything felt so different, and it felt different permanently. And I think having just a small thread of my current life, aka posting to social media, having that will help kind of ground me and feel like things are normal and we're still functioning and we're still feeling productive. I just think it'll help my mental health oddly enough. But I also know postpartum, I had to set some pretty strict boundaries with myself for social media. So I might end up posting more than I am scrolling on social media postpartum, but that we're gonna have to be okay with that. And at the end of the day, I just enjoy what I do. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't genuinely enjoy it. So also keep that in mind, is that I'm just happy to work while on maternity leave. I want to. I find it enjoyable. Anyways, I feel like I've done a lot of ranting on this video. But if you're watching this video right now, I am likely, probably, hopefully not in labor quite yet, but going to be any day now. So yeah, stay tuned. Follow me on social media because I probably will announce when my son is born. I won't be sharing his name or his face, but I will let you know when he has arrived, and hopefully he's arrived healthy, safely, and we're all happy. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.